The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Still haven't heard from her yet, so we may have lost a listener because Toledo's at it again, and we'll try to fix that. I've reached out. I
apologize.
I've reached out to Jay. I got a lot of people that are rooting for her for some reason. What's going on? It's got a text from anonymous father that said, "I hope that Dyke beats the tar out of that young man I've never met." Anonymous dad. I'm like, all right, whatever.
That Dyke's the kind of son I wish I had.
Yeah, that would.
Not surprised.
He's everything I never had in his son. Anyway, well, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Jay. Hopefully she hasn't switched teams, so to speak. Anyway, and I don't like this. A guy emailed me a picture. He refuels aircraft, like big ones. And next to the fuel port where you put in that big pump, there's a picture of Greta Thunberg, and it says, "How dare you?" And I'm like, all right, funny, but I don't like my planes being hilarious. Here's. Did you guys end up watching that 9/11 documentary on Netflix?
No, I got 5 into it.
Okay, it goes right up to July. The last episode is the end of July and the beginning of the pullout of Afghanistan. I'm like, wow, they got to work on this thing quick. You know what I'm taken with, and maybe this is just because I missed the point of things a lot. How in the world are we so conscious of safety in our cars by making seatbelts a mandatory thing? And in Afghanistan, you can pile 15, 16 people on top of a car, and they go 40, 45 miles an hour.
I know.
Never.
Same in India on those trains.
Yeah, but the trains are just horrifying. But I think people fall off the trains
regularly.
They have constant video of people driving along these bumpy roads.
You're not braking as much in trains as you are in
True.
a car. A sudden stop, just even at 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. We could cut back.
We've seen that video where they all came off the top of the one truck
right,
that I have.
Well, they smashed the brakes. Yeah. But they're going 40, 45, unpaved road. We're afraid to put our kids in the back of an S10. Soft. We need to have kids riding on top of cars again.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never said this phrase before. We need to be more like the Taliban. Oh. We need to get people on top of these damn cars.
Into Brady now?
Toughen us up a little bit. Not in all regions. It's my Marge Shot quote of the day.
Oh boy, I look forward to tomorrow's thing.
Hitler had some good ideas. No, I was watching that, and by the last couple episodes, it gets a little bit monotonous with the information and stuff you kind of know because it's only a couple weeks old, which I was impressed with. They put a documentary together that fast. But the last couple episodes, you just have 18, 20, 25 people riding on top of that car. No problem. And you know what the best part was? They were wearing masks. Even the Taliban. They're like, you know what? I don't have my thing on today, so I don't want you guys to catch COVID while we ride in the most dangerous car of all time. I don't want to catch COVID.
Well, the women year-round.
Well, they have to, and that's smart because they spread diseases. We've all known that for years. Wrap them up. Mummy those ladies. But yeah, I look at our cars and all the safety features and everything else, and then you go to another place in the world and you think, we always talk about how unsafe it is to walk our streets and how dangerous it is to... Are you kidding me? Have you looked anywhere else? 10, 12 people, their public transit is a Toyota, and it's got 30 people in it. I'm blown away. And they must know something we don't know about leaf springs and shocks.
Because they overload them.
Because we can't get cases of water in the back of our Chevy here
Not
without worrying.
To do this.
Brett was worried leaving the Operation Hydration that one morning. We filled that thing up, and I was worried. It was,
oh, yeah.
You can put 45 Afghanis in the back of a car with weapons. Shocks hold up.
Well, now that they have 10,000 Hummers
Yeah, they've got a lot
get
more
around.
cars. That's true. Well, Brady making a political point that kind of stymied the fun a little bit. Thanks a lot, Grandpa. We all know the the geopolitics of it, not as...
Google it, John.
Yeah, I get it. I was marveling more at the hilarious side of that they ride around on top of. Brady wanted to bring up the fact that we gave him billions of dollars of American equipment. That's right. Anyway, well, thank you, manhole cover. You've closed this portal to fun.
And that's what you need to know.
Good. Paul Harvey has taken over Brady's spirit and has ruined everything. Someday, Brady will have his own show.
Paul.
I believe it.
There's a mule in North Dakota that plays banjo. And that's the end of the story.
Did you not get picked for that job?
Yeah, you had to be in the running when Paul Harvey died. There's a young man in Phoenix I'd like to have replace me. He struggles with reading. Diction is an issue. And normally his stories have no end.
Paulie,
Perfect.
Come on, Paulie.
The all-new Paul Harvey show. Page 2. At the second-story bar in Scottsdale. You go to the bathroom, and they're running tapes of Paul Harvey all the time. Somebody there has all of his work, and they loop it. And you're taking a leak. 17 people were killed in a boating accident in 1851. The story begins. Like, I'm taking a leak, and I want to stay here forever. Something about that guy.
Welch's grape juice.
Was he a Welch's grape juice guy?
Yeah, he's a big grape juice guy for it.
I think you're thinking of the other guy.
No, I remember he did those.
That Brimley?
No, because for his eyes, and he liked it.
He poured it in his eyes?
He poured it in his eyes.
He waterboarded himself.
Calm down, Joe Rogan.
Waterboarded himself with grape juice.
The other day, I waterboarded myself with delicious Welch's grape juice, the only grape juice I use for interrogation.
He waterboards with it.
Does anybody else fascinating? The Taliban can ride on top of cars, and we have to wear seatbelts. I'm fascinated by it.
Paul, how's that splash dance going with...
Not good.
Grape
I nearly drowned myself in grape juice the other day. The only way I want to die is by Welch's. I think you're thinking of the guy that said, that's good, because they had a similar sound. I don't think Paul Harvey was your Welch's guy. I think the dude in the commercial had a little bit of a Paul Harvey sound.
I can't find the
Welch's commercial.
Yeah, I can't find one with Paul Harvey.
Because didn't he say, made with delicious Concord grapes? That weird dude on the porch. He sounded like Paul Harvey. You just pictured
maybe
Paul
that's
Harvey
a
drinking.
He's sticking to it.
But you know what? We still gave the Taliban billions of dollars.
Okay, great. All right, I get it.
Taliban.
I know it.
Taliban.
Yeah, I was, you kind of stomped on it, but I really did find it fascinating if they ride on cars like that. I got yelled at by a cop once for a girl in high school was on my Jeep bumper, and I was going about 2 miles an hour, and I didn't see the police out. He flipped out.
Hooky bobbing.
That's what it's called, the hooky bobbin. Isn't that hooking onto the back of it?
Yeah.
Dragging
Spun
something
around, yeah.
But you got like a surfboard or something. You're not just running.
Well, in Montana, you got the slush and snow. You don't need.
Oh, that's right. You're flipping yourself around.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't think the Taliban's playing. I think you guys might have been enjoying hooky bob. Either way. Well, if you guys want to email Brady, Harvey on that.
The news.
And now it's time for the news with Brady Bogan.
Thanks, Paul.
I just wondered if they had some sort of a safety feature on top of their Toyotas that we don't know about. They just seem to be
Never
sitting
for
up there.
years.
Yeah, 10,
That's
12,
all
15
you
of
see
them.
is
We'll have to ask Pat.
buses
from Toyota.
loaded
Holding
up.
guns like we would never. The four of us watching you two try to change windshield wipers was dangerous. The four of us sitting on a car with loaded weapons. One of us would shoot the other one accidentally on the first speed bump, and our roads are paved. And I know we don't hear about all their news, and it probably happens, but I've watched a lot of video of them driving around, and never once does one even look unstable. Like, I don't even see anybody nervous. I'd be scared to death up there. By myself, I'd be nervous. I didn't like parades because people stand up in the car.
And I think it's just an automatic option with every truck to have the gun turret thing in the center of it.
They're good at
the dealerships, because I haven't seen one without
John
one.
Elway's Toyota dealership over there in Kabul it's an addition. It's a feature. It's the showroom model. Seats 4 comfortably, 108 very uncomfortably, can ride on top. Anyway, we got hot releases coming up in just moments. If Toledo could stop fighting with the listeners. It's 98 KUPD.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
He said, fully erect.
98 KUPD.
You've been listening to Eric's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.